Hey folks, welcome back to the channel. Happy Cat Crypto here. If you're new here, welcome. If you've been here since the very beginning, welcome back. Who would have thought, it's been a crazy 3 months. Who would have thought we'd be where we are now? Well, I kind of envisioned this all the way back when I saw the chaotic scenes that I saw. It's 4 months now. It's getting on to 4 months, believe it or not. So when I first started this, I was actually getting all kinds of crazy like death threats and all kinds of different things from people saying, let it die. Why are you trying to revive something that's dead and dying and things like that? And there was never one point when I thought to myself, what I'm doing is wrong and I shouldn't be doing this, because ultimately I was here and I am here and I will always continue to be here to revitalize LUNACLASSIC. And once it is revitalized, I will continue to support the blockchain. I'm not going to go off like these other influencers do when it kind of like calms down. The pumps aren't as interesting and the price has done what it's done. And we're going to be here to help push adoption and providing a safe platform again via Terra Classic is super important. Now, there's the ultimate question, isn't there, about USTC? What's going on with USTC? How they're going to repeg it, and there's so many different plans out there, and some of them are really good, some of them are really bad, and some of them are just downright awesome. And I've heard some good ones, and really what we want to see, instead of thinking inside the box, we should think outside the box and think, well, there's 2 blockchains, right? Okay, there's 2 of them. Okay, why can't we both work in sync? We'll get onto that price shortly. Why can't we both work in sync to try and somehow restore the peg through one of these great plans? And then to hold the peg, why don't we back them by LunaTerra and LUNACLASSIC? It makes sense. And I've thought about this before. I've spoken with a few different people about this before. And it's one of so many different plans that could be performed to do it. But it is really important that we do have an algorithmic stablecoin. And the more I read up about it, the more I look into it, the more I sit there and think to myself, I need to always look at things from a neutral perspective. I didn't, the trust, transparency and everything comes from being neutral and remaining neutral and not, getting involved with bickering and things like that, and always to look above and rise above all of that kind of stuff and ignore all of the silly kind of things that just, they're not doing anything. It's just there to sidetrack us. And USTC itself will be repegged, I believe, at some point. It's maintaining the peg, which is, the real key thing. And as time goes on, you are going to see more and more how important it is for our ecosystem to have its own algorithmic stablecoin again, because with more validators, but there's just more security in the blockchain overall. And if 2 blockchains that run the exact same way can provide that security through, how would it work out then? It would be a 260 active validator set, all acting as security for the blockchain itself, preventing attacks and things like that. And it's all food for thought, really, isn't it? But during these pumps today, we have seen the Binance Hot Wallet dropping some serious tokens out. Tokens, why do I keep saying that? Dropping some serious LUNACLASSIC coins out, and they seem to be going to staking. What does this mean? Well, it's users coins, and there's a few things about buying LUNACLASSIC. It's not as simple on Binance as just buying LUNACLASSIC. I think you've got to change to BUSD on the professional app side of the app, not the light version, I think. Well, you might be able to do it on the light version, but either way, it's not just as simple as typing LUNC in like on crypto.com and buying the stuff. It's a little bit more complex than that. So what I'm interested to see now is, this must be people panicking, thinking, right, I need to get my coins into staking now and avoid that 1.2% burn tax, so to speak. And we could possibly see this drop down to a certain level and then it stop all of a sudden, or, it could go back up at some point. Who knows? Who really knows? But what we do know is this dropped some serious coins out. It's around 1 trillion coins that have gone back out of this wallet now overall. And the majority of them look to have gone into staking. And you can track these pretty simply just by I'm grabbing one of these transactions and pretty much following it on the amount that went out. So you've got this much that went out here. And then if you track it, it went to this address. If you go down, see if it's slung anywhere else after that. Just loads of amounts going. There's the amount going in. So it looks to be sat in this wallet currently. As to if they'll put it in staking, who knows? But doing this generates volume, and volume generates price movement. And it's pretty simple. That's why volume's so important, and having dwindling volume's never a good thing for a cryptocurrency. So currently, from the swing low to the current high right now, you're looking at 569.52%. That's not to be sneezed at. Okay, that is a simple 5.5x. Okay, it's as simple as that. So if you had, you know, £1,000 purchased worth of LUNC on August 9th, I think it would be worth what, £5,600 now? Your quid's in. And a lot of people just take that and run it. It's pretty normal for a lot of people, because a lot of people may not know what is actually going on in the inner workings, and that's very common to see that. So now moving over to LUNCPenguins, and folks, honestly, the website traffic is crazy on this website, and something we keep getting in the community messages a lot is stuff to do with how to set up a wallet and just loads of the basic things. So we're going to be adding a little tab here in with the YouTube channel and the LUNC Basics playlists, helping guide people to the correct place to get correctly educated. Because I've never really seen a YouTube channel that really does proper, nice, decent educational videos on what they talk about. And I know a lot of them do good stuff like that, but it's nothing really solid out there for LUNACLASSIC. And there's so many ins and outs, and it's looking really good. We got 49 days, 5 hours, 52 minutes, 53 seconds and counting until our node is born. And it's going to be really good. So I think the way the steering group are figuring it out right now is we're going to be sending 70% of our rewards to burn every month, and 30% will be going to the node's treasury to help fund marketing campaigns, like I've been saying, and onboarding new projects, providing runways for people, and just helping support the chain as well. And say like the blockchain itself needs to pay for some kind of security audit, some kind of development situation, we can help chip in with that. We can help with the costs, we can help with the running costs, and there's so much more we can do as a node if we have a treasury. And it's totally normal for a node to have a treasury, because we do have running costs. We do have to take obviously that percentage for our running costs, which is £480 a month, but that's the whole point of having a node, to have it cover the running costs itself and provide burns and provide a nice community pool for our community, for the LUNACLASSIC community, and for projects wanting to onboard, and all kinds of amazing things like that. Folks, you know how we move, you know what I do, you know the trust that I've built up, and you know, I'm so excited to bring you a node. Like, I'm so honored to be able to do this. And, you know, I never thought any of this would ever happen to me in my whole entire life. Like, I just never thought that. And now sitting where I am, like I keep saying to you, I always want to be better, become better, and just do as much as I can. And you know, I'm trying to understand the smart contract system as well as my dev that I work with. He's trying to understand them, and I take as much time as I can to try and understand things like that, but it's not always easy for me. But I'm always trying to learn new things. Now, a lot of people are saying, why are my rewards going down? And I'm simply going to tell you, it's because more people are staking. The staking ratio is going up, meaning your rewards that are being dished out are going down because they're being shared between more delegators. But the idea behind it is, yes, your reward amount is going down, but in theory, the price of LUNACLASSIC's going up. So it should balance itself out as it moves forward, as long as we maintain this price movement that we are. And the thing is, right, it's hard for people to sell out because, like I've been explaining, I explained this in the live stream today, is that most people are locked in for 21 days, regardless if they want to get out or get out, so to speak. And they're going to need to wait 21 days to get those coins back. And the rewards are so juicy, in my opinion, like so juicy compared to like staking rewards that you get elsewhere. And you got to lock your coins up. You can only withdraw the rewards afterwards, and these you can withdraw them when you want, when you're happy, when you feel like doing it, because that's what the beauty of decentralization is. And I absolutely love that when I send coins to someone, or I send coins to burn, or send an NFT, it's instant. Like, there's no huge gas fees, there's no silly waiting times. It just broadcasts the transaction. Oh, it's done. Thank you. Lovely. And yeah, it's just such a good system. So folks, remember to keep your monomics safe. I can't stress that enough. And you know, HTC Let It Burn node is coming. I hope you stay with us when the time comes and support our node. We'll always be here to support you regardless of your choice. It doesn't matter. The door's always open to everyone. We have added Lunar Burning Nights to the project list on the website because I love the project. I love the fact that they launched it on the Lunapunk's launchpad, and the fact they built it exactly the same as Lunapunk's and around the same system. It provides its own utility, and we do have the projects list, and yeah, it's really good. Oh no, he hasn't upgraded it yet, but I'm sure he'll get around to doing it. So yeah, really good. Lunapunks is on there. We're going to be adding more projects to this list. Things take time, and like I've said to people, I don't just get a project, work with it and just go, you know, they're doing this. And I always try and work with the project as closely as possible and try and see how we can better their project to help better the utility use case on the blockchain, because many people will tell you this, and LUNCDAO said this today. Bringing anything that brings a use case to the LUNACLASSIC coins, like NFTs and stuff like that, it's what we need. And it's like what we seriously need right now, because the burn tax is being implemented. It looks to be like we're getting it off chain. But one thing I didn't want to crush your spirits or, you know, ruin the motivation and the momentum of what KuCoin have said, but I'm sure it's only on withdrawals. So that's where they're going to be putting the burn tax. What we actually need is them to do it on buy and sell orders. That's true on chain. Just on withdrawals, I think we need to have a little word with KuCoin. So I'm going to be speaking to Vegas tomorrow or later on tonight. Going to talk to him about that, and hopefully we can get them to amend that to buy and sell transactions, because at the end of the day, this affects LUNACLASSIC coin users. Okay, it affects the people using the coin. We voted for it, and if they honor it like they're saying they're going to, they should honor it on buy and sell, not just withdrawals. That's just strange. So we'll have to see how that one pans out and things like that. So folks, like I said, stay safe out there. Beware of scammers, doppelgangers, anybody pretending to be me or this channel, and anybody DMing you or anything like that. Head over to my Twitter, drop me a DM on there if you want. They are open. Or head over to my Telegram group, at me in there, and I will appear. If you join the Telegram group, I'm not going to DM you, okay? I'm not going to do that, okay? There's scammers that when you enter our Telegram group, they will DM you acting as if they're me. Don't fall for it. At me in the group, and I will appear, like I said, folks. So do stay safe out there. And if you haven't tapped a little like, tap a little like on the way out if you fancy it. Tap a subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet. And we'll catch you in the next one. Not financial advice.